Yo!
Hey,
The boys are back.
we did it. We're back together.
That's right.
I've returned.
Nolan, how was your 2-week hiatus?
Oh God, I had a little time off. The family took a little vacation. It's never long enough, but here we are back.
And here we go. We're back at it.
That's right.
So, well, look, y'all, welcome in. This is the Fantasy Lounge. I'm Zach. That's Nolan.
Hello.
We talk fantasy football. This is by fans for fans. We are sponsored, of course, by the fantasysportsadvice.com or the Fantasy Football Advice Network. So jump on, check us out, become a member, talk crap to us, or, throw us a like on our video.
That's right.
But look, we're just going to jump right into it. Look, Nolan and I are a little distracted tonight. Okay, we're recording this Wednesday, October 23rd, which is opening night.
Grizz Day.
Okay. So we're going to get this episode knocked out. It's about fantasy football.
That's right. Then, not basketball.
And then we're getting out of here. Okay. And then we're getting out of here.
That's what you ask. It's not about basketball yet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we'll get there maybe one day. One day. Okay. All right, Nolan. First things first.
Fuck him.
Deshaun Watson.
Piece of shit. Glad.
Hate that guy. Okay.
Well, maybe.
So if you missed it this weekend, I'm sure you didn't. Okay. I'm sure you didn't. It was everywhere, even for the casuals. That's right. It was everywhere. Deshaun Watson tore his ACL, and Nolan, how you feel about that?
Pretty great.
It's awesome.
What happened to a worse guy?
The karma gods got him right,
right.
And it's good. It's good for it's good for everybody. And I don't be weird. It's even good for Deshaun Watson. Okay,
probably, yeah.
Like off the field, out of the spotlight, and he has a fully guaranteed contract.
Go make your money over there, out of the spotlight, so nobody.
That's right. I don't want to have to look at you. And deal with what you did and then play shitty football. Okay.
All right. And that's all the time he gets.
That's it. No more Deshaun Watson. Okay.
All right.
Coming off of we only had a 2-team bye week in week 7, week 8. It's the weird week. No bye weeks.
No bikes. No buys in the middle of the season. It's always confused me why that's the case.
It's a little weird. I was sitting there looking for buys, doing our research for the episode, and Nolan was like, "What are you doing? Dude, there's no buys this week." Nah, surely that can't be right. That's
right. It is.
You have no buys. Don't worry about it. Send whoever you want in your lineup. Okay.
No buys. Only hellos.
That's right. After that, we're finally getting some trades.
That's right. Golly, finally.
Dude, and like some meat on the bone trades.
Significant fantasy trades too.
So I would be remiss if we didn't start out with there were 2 linebackers traded today. So if you're
the
a
most
psychopath
important thing
that plays IDP, which is not for this podcast.
Titans are trading to trade today is what happened.
They saw the other trades going on and they went, I want to be a part of that.
Funny thing, they were part of one of the other ones.
Oh yeah, that's true.
They were just feeling themselves today. They're like, we're making some moves. Relevant, so, maybe not, but made them.
Back to relevant fantasy trade news. Amari Cooper to the Bills. I think that's awesome.
I think it's great.
Technically, it's news for like mid last week, but here we are covering it for you today.
First game, first touchdown.
Did you see the video? You saw the video where Keon Coleman told Amari which route to run.
You do this, and he does this and scores a touchdown. It's great.
Like, let's go, Rook. Was Amari Cooper's welcome to the league moment when the rookie told him his route?
Oh, that's a scary thought.
I just, they were sitting here saying that he was grading as like one of the worst wide receivers in football. He had Deshaun Watson.
He had a bad quarterback. Hey, we're not supposed to talk about it. He who must not be named throwing him the ball.
There you go.
He was awful. Historically bad quarterback.
Literally, he turns around in his first game in abbreviated, traded midweek basically, and dude goes for 66 yards, 4 receptions, and a touchdown. Let's go.
It's because his quarterback had a worse QBR than Bryce Young.
Oh,
what do you expect?
That's bad.
Happen?
That's real bad. So the Amari Cooper trade, I think we're gonna give that the old thumbs up treatment.
Thumbs up. We love it. You love to see it. It's gonna make Josh Allen even more.
Yeah, he dumps targets to people. That's why James Cook has been insane this year because he's really the only truly talented skill position player they have right now before this trade. And it looked like it. The tight ends are.
Also, I'm pretty sure Kincaid's hurt again, isn't he?
Dude, I think he's emotionally hurt. that he's not as good as he hoped he was.
Collarbone injury. What the hell?
Hey, man, I did that twice. Kincaid, get over it. Get over it. Oh, dude, if he's practicing, he ain't got that bad of a collarbone injury.
All right, he's fine.
All right, so moving off of the Bills and Amari Cooper, let's talk. Let's do Davante Adams.
Yeah,
probably the biggest.
Much worse. First game on new team.
You don't know why, Nolan?
Why's that?
Aaron Rodgers stinks, man.
He's not. He can't move in the pocket. His line's not good enough for him to be that immobile.
Yeah, look, if Davante Adams continues to get 9 targets a game, you just plug and play him. It's going to fall. He will get a touchdown.
He's going to get fed the ball. He had 9 targets. Like, it's not like he's not going to get thrown the ball.
Yeah, and he's not always going to have 9 targets with only 3 receptions. This dude had a 96% snap count, and he was traded midweek. That's wild.
That's right.
That's wild. So, look, I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it as much because I don't like Aaron Rodgers as much as I like Josh Allen. But it's good for Davante's trade value.
Mm-hmm.
Not trade value. Well, yes, but also just overall fantasy value. You know, he's not injured anymore. You know, you can
crazy how that works, right? You get on a team you want to play on and you're not hurt.
Yeah, you saw the video. People were doing the GIF where Forrest Gump runs out of his leg braces and starts running, and they were like Davante Adams off the plane to New York. So there you go. Yep. So Davante Adams, I like the trade for Davante Adams. I don't think it makes a big difference in New York. So, and
they're
then
still going to be a bad team.
Not the last one because we have a shout out, but the newest one I think is DeAndre Hopkins to the Chiefs for a bag of chips. How do you feel about that?
Well, he went to the quarterback that's, I'm pretty sure, leading the league in interceptions right now. QB 22. He went from an awful quarterback to this year, not a great quarterback. Whoa. We're gonna get some hate on that one, but
wait, let's make sure for the casuals. What's that quarterback's name?
Is it Patrick Mahomes? Future Hall of Famer Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, it is.
Having the worst year of his career.
Yeah, 2-time Super Bowl. I think 2-time MVP. Not that good at fantasy football, Patrick Mahomes.
Not this year. Getting carried. Second year in a row, his defense is going to carry him.
He's QB 22.
Yeah, it hurts. It hurts.
The only other time he's ever not been a top 8 quarterback was his rookie year. And to be clear, he played 1 game that year.
Yeah.
So
I dropped him this week.
Now that's a redraft league.
Oh,
you trade him.
Definitely
You trade him for on but yeah, he's droppable in redraft formats. No
That's
doubt.
right. Dropped him, picked up Jared Goff. Improvement.
I hope the Hopkins thing helps. You know, Hopkins, of course, has had a very underwhelming year because he played for the Titans before this.
Well, he had an awful quarterback. He's been having a nagging leg injury.
But
let's see if he miraculously is not injured anymore. Now that he's on the new team.
You know, you worry about age with these receivers sometimes. And look, this isn't like he's going to go play for the Chiefs for the next 5-6 years. He's not, but
no, he'll play for 2 years.
He's only got one year in the last 4 that he's played every game.
Yeah.
Including this year, right? So we've got time, but he's just, you know, I hope it helps. I like DeAndre Hopkins. I want to be able to play him. When the trade happened, my initial reaction was hoping he's on waivers and going to pick him up. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's not like a big net gain.
He also hasn't played every game this year. So.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, so, you know, here's hoping. He's only got 1 touchdown.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know, he's got 21 targets total on the year.
He's a style of receiver that is needed on that team. So we'll see if they fill the void with him.
I mean, didn't Garrett Wilson get more than 21 targets in a game this year? Yeah. Garrett Wilson had 23 targets in week 5. He had more targets in that week than DeAndre Hopkins has all season.
Speaking of Garrett Wilson, he may have had one of the worst drops I've ever seen. A ball hit him in the literal chest and it bounced off.
You know what? Let's do that. We didn't even do that. Let's reverse it a little and let's talk about the trade impact on the Jets. So I don't think if we talk about the Bills, we'll skip it really quickly. I don't think Amari Cooper hurts very many people because not very many people or that great.
Right.
The Khalil Shakir was okay, but he's been injured. Curtis Samuel's been non-relevant. Keon Coleman's been non-relevant. Okay. Moving to the Jets. Everybody asked me all week. You were out. I don't appreciate that, but you were not with me.
Won't happen
so we
again.
can talk about it. So how do you feel about how the Davante Adams trade affects Garrett Wilson?
I think it might open up a little more. They both had 9 targets. So, I mean, he's not going to get the sheer amount of volume, but it'll have to open up defenses to where they can't just focus because he's not going to be the only person that can catch the ball on the team anymore.
Yep. I think I worried that the target amount would be affected because Aaron Rodgers loves to kind of hit one guy, but he might have more quality looks because of Davante Adams. So he might do the same. Yeah, he might do the same or more on less targets than what he was having to do before.
Agreed.
Yep. So, I think it's a good trade for both of those guys. I just don't think it's that good. I still wouldn't pick up Aaron Rodgers unless I was streaming him. He's a stream-only quarterback for me.
Also, while we're on the Jets, non-receiver, Breece Hall is basically taking over this fucking team in the backfield too. There for a minute, we thought Braylon Allen was going to be relevant. No, not anymore. No, they just leaned heavy into the Breece Hall train.
Yeah, they should. He's way more talented. Braylon Allen's awesome, but he's just like he's a rookie and he's big, and I think they like that. But Breece Hall's the guy, and they need to stop messing that up and getting too cute. Also, Nolan, you know what happened 2 weeks ago?
What's that?
Fired their coach.
Well, yeah.
Aaron Rodgers went in there and said, "Here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to stop running Breece Hall."
See, this is what I'm confused about. They made the DC, the interim. Their defense already wasn't playing super well when they were supposed to be one of the best defenses. And now the DC is going to have to focus on the whole team and not just the defense. So it feels like it's might get a little worse now that their DC is not focused on just that.
I bet they had some stay in your lane conversations with this guy. You know, they said Rodgers and the OC will meet weekly. You don't talk to them. You don't get to say a word. You don't get to
head coach in name only.
Yeah, that's right. They that's he doesn't get anything on the offense, man. They didn't trade for Aaron Rodgers' best friend, and that best friend was already in the apartment with Aaron Rodgers because of this guy. You know. So
it was okay. Did you see the video when the trade got announced? And he was walked into the screen with Aaron Rodgers.
He's there already.
So funny.
They said he called Aaron Rodgers and went, "I'm on a plane." And Aaron Rodgers was like, "Oh God, where?" He goes, "New York." Like, where else would I be going? He already had cleats made. So that same day he posted custom Jets cleats. So they've known about this, man. This was something that was building.
They've been trying to do this all season.
I get why the Saints didn't do it, man. Everybody's hurt.
Bless you.
Everybody's hurt. You're not Davante Adams away from chasing a Super Bowl in New Orleans. So I wanted that for a second, but I'm okay. We're so buried in negative cap anyway.
I was about to say, how did the Rattler experiment go?
So, Nolan, I'll tell you, the first week he played, it was really intriguing. Like he did some things as a rookie quarterback that
is a lot.
Yeah. That you were interested in. Week 2, Nolan, the 40% of the Saints roster was injured.
Wow.
That's not a dramatic percentage. That's an accurate percentage.
Can't expect
his starting 3 receivers. Yeah, his starting 3 receivers were Bub Means, Mason Tipton, and Equanimous St. Brown.
Yikes. Big old yikes.
So I'm going to hold off on my evaluation of him last week. It was not cool. They showed a card of the starting depth chart lineup from week 1 for the Saints, and like 3 players were still healthy. 2
it's
linemen
all rookies, basically. That's so funny.
Yep.
Mason Tipton, Bub Means, Spencer Rattler, the rookie squad.
Yep, and Alvin Kamara, bless his little old heart. So yeah. Look, Spencer Rattler, he gets a couple more weeks, so we'll find out. That matchup against the Broncos is tough. That's a tough matchup. So, okay, and then our last quick little shout out, just because it's hilarious. The Vikings reacquired Cam Akers.
It's probably irrelevant, but I just think it's funny because he went back after they got rid of him once already.
Yeah, so I don't have it in front of me. What did they trade him away and then trade for him? Was it a net gain?
No, I don't think they traded him. I think he was just a free agent, and so he left. Let me find where I saw that. Where's ball track? Transactions, trade.
And of course, Aaron Jones has one of those horrible, horrible, contagious hamstring injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that stuff literally goes around like a pandemic.
Uh,
Sorry, too soon. 2 years is fine.
The most irrelevant trade was Cam Akers in a 7th for a 6th.
yeah, dude. They called and said, "I want a new vending machine." And they went, "Got it.
You got it.
Got it.
Oh,
we got you." Short of getting Purdy in that 7th round, it's totally worthless.
Yeah. Old man Aaron Jones, he could go down at any time though, so who knows? He might actually get some snaps this week.
Yeah, that's what they said. They said he could be the primary backup behind Ty Chandler.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, I don't think it matters. I think this offense right now goes through Sam Darnold and Justin Jefferson. And if TJ Hawkinson comes back, like the running backs don't matter that much. They'll go committee and just make it through.
Yep. Speaking of former Vikings backups, though, you know who's been playing great is Alexander Mattison.
He's been frustratingly good. As Zamir White drafter this year, he's been.
It's at this point, Zamir White is the backup.
Yeah.
Alexander Mattison is just straight up taking over that backfield, and looked good. He's been fantasy relevant too. Wide receiver or running back 21. I think he's averaging something like 10, 11 points a game.
Nolan, you dropped him.
Who?
You dropped Alexander Mattison.
Long time ago.
I know you acquired him on September 11th.
Yeah.
You dropped him October 1st, and then Cole scooped him up.
That's right.
Super depressing. Don't give Cole stuff.
It was a mistake.
Some of you truthers who've seen our show from the earlier days last season know who Cole is.
That's right.
So
shout out back when we had a different name.
That's right. All right, let's get to something that I find frankly a little exciting. Okay. Are tight ends back?
Tight ends back, baby. We were selling tight ends after the first few weeks, but we're back on it. Also, rookie Brock Bowers. Give the man his flowers.
Dude. So good. So first of all, I like it. Okay. I'm gonna give you a pass. I like that. Okay. Dude, they were good. Mandrews is back. Totally legitimate with
back. 2 touchdown game.
On 4 targets. 50% of his targets were touchdowns.
Yo, that's the scary thing. Like, yeah, he had a week where he did great, but it was 4 targets. Like,
you don't need, dude, that's all. Derrick Henry's going to run you to the 1, and then you're going to get a red zone target.
So I know a few weeks ago we were talking about selling Mandrews and what we were doing with our tight ends. I still don't know if that was wrong after this week with him.
Yeah. So I just, look, as someone who drafted Lamar and Mandrews, and I'm so thankful that I ended up with Lamar. He might be
had a hell of a week this week.
He's having a hell of a season. Okay. And so that's one of the reasons I'm 5-2 in the league that Nolan and I care about. But I just, you looked at the waiver wire and the way the tight end position had been performing. And I just thought, I don't know that anybody's markedly better than what you have a chance at getting for Mark Andrews. So last 2 weeks I've looked really smart. I might spend the next 4 weeks looking really stupid. They've been the tight end position in general, not just Mark Andrews, has seen a revelation the last 3 weeks. So I do feel much more confident playing my tight ends or looking on the waiver for it. I mean, David Njoku had 14 targets and 10 catches. Like he was Mark Andrews caught 2 touchdowns and he was not tight end 1 in the week. So that's awesome. Tucker Kraft had another double-digit week for the Packers. So, look, tight ends are fun again.
We told you draft George Kittle. We screamed it at you. Should have done it.
Yeah, we did.
Hope you did it. Also, now that Drake May's the quarterback, Hunter Henry is having a big old time. The last 2 weeks.
Yeah, you know what you do as a rookie quarterback? You throw to your tight end. Yeah.
You throw to your safety blanket. 6'5", 250 catching tight end. It's great.
Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go. And he's an Arkansas boy, so the talent was always there. Dude, he is way taller than I remember. 6'5".
He's massive. Also, speaking of Drake May, Looked real good. Looked great.
Couple weeks. Hey, did you see the thing? I might have sent it to you. You might have sent it to me. We'll for those of you who haven't heard of it, we'll sort of break it here. Do you see the rumors that they're gonna like toss Gerard Mayo as head coach there, like in the next week?
Saw that, but like
maybe get rid of this guy?
that doesn't make any fucking sense. It's his first. It's halfway through his first year.
Yeah.
I just don't know. Like, who are you going to get instead that's going to change it mid-year on a guy's first year? Now that they've made the QB change, they're looking good. Like, I don't know. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Huh?
Super fun stat. You ready? Drake May has more 20-point games than Mahomes does this year.
That's fucking hilarious.
And he's only started 2 weeks.
Both his games. He's averaging, what, 25.5 and 24.8? Dude's averaging 25.
Now he's played some fairly soft units, but
I mean,
like he just played Jacksonville. Yeah, they're okay. They're fine. He had more points against Houston than they did against Jacksonville.
Yeah.
So no, Drake May's dope. I think it's awesome. If you got him in dynasty leagues, you probably sweat for the first couple weeks, and now you're feeling like I might be okay here. Not as okay as Jaden Daniels owners, but still pretty good.
I mean, Texans have 7 interceptions this year.
Who's that?
Texans defense. They have 7 picks. Yeah. I mean, they're not a bad squad.
No, they're fine.
Whatever. We're on. Moving on.
Okay. Tight ends. You're good. We appreciate you. We love you. We're glad you're back.
Quick, before we move on from tight ends. JMO suspended for 2 weeks. Is Laporta finally going to be relevant?
I think so.
Hopefully. Because he's basically going to fill in the routes that JMO was running.
Yeah, and he was, he's the best rookie tight end of all time last year, and J-Mo missed most of the year on suspension again.
He has been fucking irrelevant this year, though.
I'm excited because it's so funny. He's like super unathletic, at least he looks it, and they were running like tight end screens and stuff. Yeah. So, like, I'm excited. I'm a huge Laporta guy, and I want him to be good. So I'm hoping that he rides this tight end resurgence up and joins the rest of his boys. Okay. All right. Let's talk about the Bucks. Let's talk about the Buccaneers.
R.I.P. Pour one out for the boys.
So the broadcasters sometimes have good lines. And the line that I heard at the end of this game was sometimes there are losses, and then there are losses like this one.
Oof.
Where they only lost by 10 points. Yeah, but they really lost by like a lot more than that, right? Yep. Mike Evans is going to miss maybe IR level games.
He's probably out for the year. Let's be real. He's been dealing with that hamstring all year, and then it really hamstringed him.
Yeah, but are they going to mess up his 1,000-yard streak?
Yes. I feel like you have to at this point, which is going to really fucking – how many yards does he have right now?
335. He was not pacing.
Yeah, no way he's hitting 1,000 yards.
Yeah, he was not pacing. He had good touchdowns, though. He had 6 touchdowns on 335 yards.
Well, yeah, when you're that fucking big as a receiver.
In 2022, on 17 games, he only had 6 touchdowns. Like, he was going to have – he was having a good touchdown year.
Yep.
But, that sucks.
Bigger miss is Chris Godwin, depending on which lip reader you trust, he either thinks his career's over or his time with the Bucs is over.
I think he was saying his year is over.
I agree, but there was those couple that were saying career, and I was like, oh.
Nah, look, it's an ankle, and while it was facing the wrong way, like
that was disgusting to look at.
It was facing this way.
Yeah.
Right, like I texted her right away. I was like, did he just snap his ankle? He's fine, man. Nick Chubb just had his leg touch his back and then scored a touchdown this weekend. So
he looked good too.
He looked good.
But who the fuck is so Baker was QB2 on the year. Dude was having a wild year, and then he lost his Hall of Fame receiver and then almost elite receiver.
Yeah.
Receiver 2 this year he was or something?
Yeah. This year he was elite,
So like who the fuck is left?
I'll tell you this. A bunch of dudes still kind of showed up. So when those guys Cade Otton had 19 points. Okay.
Speaking of tight end resurgence, pick up Cade Otton. If he is fucking available, you get him right now.
Yeah, Cade Otton, 19 points.
Yep.
Looked great. At receiver, I'm really excited. I picked him up in 2 leagues this week about rookie Jalen McMillan.
Okay.
He had 8 targets.
Yeah.
8 targets. Only 3 of those were receptions, but he's gonna have to. He's gonna have to pick
Catch
that up.
the ball.
You're gonna have to catch him. But dude, we just dropped. Let's see. Let me tell you. So Godwin's averaging 62, not averaging. He had 62 targets on the year, and Evans had 45 targets. So you're talking about 107 targets on the year through 7 weeks. What is that, Nolan? Math's hard for me. 107.
Brain shut off. You started doing numbers and my brain shut off. You know we don't like numbers.
Yeah. So that's 15 targets a week that's up for grabs.
Yeah. Oh, God, that's a lot.
Yeah, Jalen McMillan would be one I'm interested in. Some people were saying Trey Palmer. And then
I've heard a lot of Trey Palmers. Also, Sterling Shepard. Come on.
Oh, yeah. And Sterling Shepard is fine.
Come on. He's fine.
Look,
no, the running backs are probably going to eat. K-Dot's probably going to eat. Baker's still going to be chucking the ball. Dude is a gunslinger. K-Dot had 10 targets and 8 receptions. Get that boy.
Yeah. Snap him up.
So it's going to be a coin flip between which of the 3 receivers is relevant. Because it's probably only going to be one of them because they've got 2 solid receiving backs.
Yeah.
Rachaad White is an elite receiving back, and then Bucky Irving's an all right receiving back. So they're probably going to lean heavy into it in the tight end play. It's going to see if they can change that offense enough to stay relevant.
Yeah.
Baker is going to start going down, though, for you guys that have been leaning on him like me in Superflex.
He's one of those guys. We talked about it. He's one of those guys where, so many of those top 5 or top 10 guys in the first half of the season don't finish that way in the second half. And I don't mean they go down a little. They don't finish like in the top 10 at the end of the season because of injuries and because of scheme changes or whatever. And so Baker now profiles as one of those guys, unless he can show us differently. You lose your top 2 targets, that's going to hurt. Like
level targets.
Yeah, Baker's really good, okay? But he might not be lose your top 2 targets really good. We're going to find out.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if the rookies can step up. McMillan, rookie. Palmer, second-year player. K-Dot, and third-year player. Like, they're real young now.
Yeah.
So.
And Baker's 29, the old head.
Sterling Shepard's 31. Did they play at Oklahoma together, by the way? Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it?
Yes.
Because didn't Baker play as a freshman? Because I'm pretty sure Sterling Shepard would have been a junior when Baker was a freshman.
Shepard is 8 years in the league from Oklahoma, and Baker is
6 years in the league from Oklahoma.
So they might have crossed paths.
Yeah. So
they probably didn't play together.
Yeah.
But okay. All right. We're gonna keep moving. We got some injury news coming back in. Several guys. So we kind of did it, but I want to shout out Nick Chubb. Awesome to see him back on the field. Spin move for a touchdown. Like he literally came out
good, man.
Yeah. He came out and said, "Y'all are worried about my knee. Watch this lateral agility and a spin move.
Watch this."
Like I'm good. I don't know if he'll ever be back to like that RB1 status, but he was really encouraging on the weekend. You gotta love it. Okay. Yeah. He's the epitome of a Browns player. Like tough, usually on the field and plays his heart out. Let's go Nick Chubb. The Rams are getting reinforcements. Cooper Kupp's back.
Puka's coming off IR. He is questionable.
Yep. They opened the window. I don't think he'll play third. Like it's weird that they opened it up on a short week.
That's right. It's not going to be this week. If it wasn't a Thursday game, maybe, but I don't think it'll be this week.
Yeah. But it'll be next week probably, and then Kupp will be back this week. So, look, Kyron owners like myself, very excited to see this. This only makes that job easier. If you have Matt Stafford or we're planning on streaming them, you're good.
Do it.
Stream them. With those guys, you're good. So, all right. After that, Tua. So,
fire up your Tyreeks.
Yeah, you were talking about the boys are back in town. That's how everybody who has a Dolphins player feels right now. They're back.
I have Waddle on almost every team I'm on.
So long as he is throwing the football, you can the Dolphins receivers are relevant, completely relevant. Mike McDaniel, they're gonna tell people that Mike McDaniels is a genius after him coming back. And I'm not saying it's gonna be a blowout, but that's how different this offense is with a semi-competent quarterback. Like I saw a thing today where the guy was still alleging that Tua holds the team back, and I went, dude, how can you believe that after watching what happened while he was off the field?
Right.
Like Tua is a key to this offense. So he's back, which means, for people like me who took Tyreek at pick 4 or 3, it's okay. It's all going to be okay.
They're also playing a bad defense. They're playing the Cardinals.
Oh, yeah, dude. My God. Who am I playing this week? Let's go to my matchup in week 8. Oh, and I'm playing Cole. This could not come at a better time. Okay, let's go. All right. So, Tua's back. Bryce Young. It's not injury news.
Yeah, he's back.
Bryce Young going to start for the Panthers.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Not fantasy relevant. Honestly, it may hurt some of the Panthers. Like Xavier Legette has been almost relevant. Your boy DeAndre has been almost relevant.
I worry.
Yeah, so this honestly probably hurts them a little bit. So
I think so too. I think until Bryce Young can show us something other than what he showed us to start the year, I would sit your Panthers guys. Maybe Chuba. Maybe still play him. Like running backs kind of transcend.
I'm pretty sure is going to start being put back in this week too, though. So maybe not even Chuba. Really honestly, do not play a single Panther this week.
Don't play any of them. Don't
play Chuba. One. They're going to probably start putting Jonathan Brooks, getting him some touches. Bryce is in, so you're not going to play any of the receivers. So you're probably steering clear of every single Panther.
And there's no bye weeks, so don't tell me you need them. You don't need them.
There's other players out there.
You're okay.
That's right.
Okay. All right. Jonathan Taylor practicing for the first time since week 4. So it's probably, I think it's our second or our third week of him getting that like questionable designation. Will he actually suit up? But he actually hasn't practiced since week 4, and he practiced today. So limited participant, of course. I think that's a clear indication they're going to play him.
If he plays this week, it probably won't be a full workload. But next week might be the JT week.
Yeah. So look, I know you need him back. Okay. He's coming. And he's going to be great. He was, literally not under double digits in any of his games that he played, even with Anthony Richardson, being him and then getting Joe Flacco. Like Jonathan Taylor is matchup proof. He's fine. He had 19 points against Pittsburgh. So, okay. 2 more guys that are out for the year. Rashid Shaheed, RIP.
RIP. Wait, he's out for the year? I didn't think I realized he was out for the year.
Yeah, it was. Let me see. Let me make sure I remember this right. Shaheed. Yeah. So, to miss remainder of season with a knee injury, Nolan.
Huh.
They put it in knees. It's he's having a procedure. So they gave him a surgery, and they said they were going to find out during the surgery the scope of the injury, right? Like is it a repair or is it a complete reassemble?
Yikes. Especially for a guy that bases being good on being explosive. Yeah, that could hurt you long term.
Yep, it's a meniscus thing. They're going to go ahead and shove it. Look, Derek Carr's out. They're 2-5. So, my Lord.
You're struggling tonight, man.
Yeah, struggling.
That whole team's fucking rookies at this point, too. It's, what is it? They're playing Rattler, who's a rookie. Mason Tipton's a rookie, I'm pretty sure.
You've got Kamara with a broken hand. That's about all you got going.
Yeah, and they're not going to play Kendra. Their fucking coach hates him.
No,
and Bub Means. I was trying to remember who else it was. I fucking love Bub Means.
He catches the ball in the whole stadium. Like this dude's like building team. They go, Bub. Dude,
it's so good. Dude, Mason Tipton was so fast. He was getting some fucking looks deep. Dude, he just couldn't quite get him. Like he was so close.
Look, this is kind of like the Grizzlies season for last year. Like the Saints fans are about to find out some information about some of these guys. Yeah, we're going to get some evaluations on players that we don't usually get. So, Look forward to that. Look forward to losing, Saints fans.
It might be fun to watch, though, because Spencer Rattler is going to fucking throw it.
And I'll tell you this, that dude plays with so much confidence. For a guy that was a 5th-round pick, like, he plays like he's been playing. Yeah, I mean, he struts, dude. You know, like,
he played on like 4 teams in 4 years.
Yep. But if you're going to play in the NFL, yeah, dude, that's the one position where I'm like, dude, you better walk out there like you're everyone's boss. Because you are. And then Brandon Ayuk, you're done.
Yikes.
Big fat contract, but you missed all of that conditioning in camp, all of that live contact. You get into the regular season, and not only were you kind of stinking, but then you get hurt, man. You get hurt, right. You're gonna miss. You're gonna miss.
So he's out. Isn't Juwan Jennings hurt too? He's a DNP. I'm trying to remember what it was. A hit.
They're all kind of hurt.
Fucking Debo's got pneumonia. He was in the hospital until yesterday, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Fucking let's hope Ricky Pearsall's relevant.
Speaking of Ricky Pearsall, that's just such a great segment to my last little note here. Ricky Pearsall got shot in the chest and still got on the football field before Christian McCaffrey.
A month and a half ago?
Yep.
Yeah.
And still made it back before McCaffrey.
Dude,
yeah.
So I saw that they're aiming towards week 10. Are we selling Jordan Mason before then?
Yes.
Or are you gonna pray that CMC actually sits out longer than expected?
No, dude. I'm hoping if I took Christian McCaffrey anywhere in the top 3 picks, because you probably didn't let him go outside the top 3, hopefully you skimmed your waiver wire as well. Just hold him. At this point, I don't know what you could get for him that would matter to your roster, and he can carry you to the playoffs if he comes back in week 10.
Yeah.
Like, if you do enough, if you got your Rico Dowdles and your Kareem Hunts and stuff like that to help bridge the gap to get you to week 10 with a 500 record, you'll make the playoffs.
Yep.
He's Christian McCaffrey. Like, he's, if the Niners are in the hunt, McCaffrey will play. So,
yep.
All right. Well,
That's all I got.
We covered a bunch of injuries. We covered there are no bye weeks, so stop being scared. Play your people, but not the Panthers.
Not the Panthers. Maybe not the Saints either.
Yeah. Maybe not the Buccaneers, man.
Maybe not the Buccaneers.
The NFC South, dude, is just like
just stay out of the NFC South. Don't play
as the worst division. Then it had the first 2 weeks where everybody was like, wait a second. This division's good. And now we're right back to just careening. Okay. What a roller coaster ride we've been on. Well, look, this has been great. Nolan, it's super awesome to have you back.
Hooray, I'm back.
I think that's it for us, y'all. This is remember, this is the fantasy. We gotta get to Grizz Day and get to the second half. Okay. So I'm Zach. That's Nolan. We appreciate you. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out on fantasysportsadvice.com. And we'll see you next week, same time.
Goodbye.
Peace.
We are here. FantasySportsAdvice.com, offering the best fantasy sports social media platform. Why join endless Discord communities or the trolls of Reddit? Fantasy Sports Advice is a community designed to help you win with 24/7 support. Go to FantasySportsAdvice.com and become a pro member for unlimited access. Again, go to FantasySportsAdvice.com today.